Good afternoon. In this video, we're going to go over this past week's trades and the weekly recap. Before I get into the trades for the week, I did finish the week with 17 wins and 5 losses for a win rate of 77.27%. So I did get below my 80%, but it was still a lot better than last week. Last week was like 60%. I did really horrible last week, but this week I did a lot better, close to my goal of 80%. So I am kind of happy about that. So also, if you're not in the room, you can find the link in the description of the video and in the bio section of social media. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. These videos take time, and the whole point of these videos is so that you guys learn of what I'm doing and what I see and why I take the trades I trade. So yeah, so if you just would hit the like button, that'd be perfect. So you can go on Twitter and you can see the actual timestamps of the calls. And Monday, I started out with Microsoft right away. Just make sure my mouse is working and I get the right timelines on. Last time I did this, I think I didn't. Okay. I grabbed Microsoft 255 calls at 70 cents right at open on Monday, which is right here. Right here, right over pre-market high. I grabbed it. They went from 70 cents to $1.26, so they went up like 56 cents. The only thing I don't like about Microsoft is it doesn't really move that much, and I don't really like trading it. Because of that, I mean, we got the 255 calls. If we got in the money, they probably would have gone a little more, or at the money, they would have gone a little more than what they did. But just Microsoft does not like to move as much as the other ones I like to trade, so I try to avoid it a little bit, but the pattern looked good. I mean, it looked like it was going to have a monster break, which day is this? Right here. I was watching this area right here over the 251 area and over Friday's high. So I thought we were going to have a really strong push, but not as strong as I hoped it would have been. So it did at the end of the day, but it is what it is. So Microsoft, nice win for the week. Start for the week, I should say. Then I had SPY puts. Let's see. Now this one, SPY has been so annoying all week long for the most of the week. I grabbed SPY puts at 1031, which is right here. Now, you get the pre-market low right here. It came back down. It popped up just a little bit to the IC3 trend line. Then it hovered over the 20 EMA, and I grabbed it right there, thinking we were going to have a bigger move. Now, let's see which day is it, the 7th right here. As you can see, it's staying propped up. I thought, we were going to come back down to the 420 area and have a nice drop, but it didn't. It just dropped a little bit, and I just didn't like it, so I finally did end up getting out at I had the 421 puts at 42 cents, and I finally did get out at 47. So just a little bit of profits and breaking even. Well, basically over break even, but just slightly green. It has been like this for the last couple weeks, just very choppy action. And one of the things I hate about this choppy action is that let's see if I can pick a better day. Yeah, like right here. I'll look at like right here. It's so choppy that you can't buy the breakdown because the breakdowns are a fake out, or that it starts to break out, it's a fake out breakout, and the other alternative is to buy the dip at the low of the day and short at the high of the day. But the problem is it's just at higher risk, because if you short at the higher day, right, say right here, hypothetically, if you shorted right there, it could break out and squeeze you out, or if you dip out right here, it could collapse. So it's just as dangerous to do that, especially in a choppy market, because you don't know what is going to happen. So I just don't like doing that. especially in a tight range. Now, if it wasn't in a tight range, it'd be completely different, but tight ranges, I just don't like them. So I don't really do too well in those kind of choppy days. So then I ended up taking SPX for a loss. I took the 4205 puts at 1141, which is right here again for the breakout. As you can see, breakdown, I mean. See, yeah, I got it here. It dropped a little bit. I managed to get out slightly green, and it popped back up, and it came back down really quickly. And usually what happens is when they pop up and come back down really quickly, they like to usually flush. I mean, right here, I did it 3 times. It faked out 1, 2, 3 times, and it just didn't do it. And it was just very, very annoying. So I took the loss right there. When I got in there thinking that, okay, this time we're going to slam down, and it never happened. So then it popped the rest of the day. So that was very, very, very annoying. I did grab SPX 4225 again, puts. This time I grabbed them at 334 right here. Right when they broke down below this candle, I grabbed the 42.25 at $1.75, and then went to 310 just in that little short little dump right there. So that one worked off. That one covered the loss of the SPX. So I was happy about that. So then Tuesday, let's see, I had 1 loss, 1 win. The first one was a loss, which was Facebook on the 8th. Oh yeah, this one was stupid. I remember this one because this one should have been a good play. No, I got to bring it down to a smaller time frame so you can actually see what I did right here. Now, I grabbed it right at open 934, right when it broke down. Let me just bring it out here, right down here. Right when it broke down a little bit, right here, I grabbed it. The 327.50 puts 88 cents. I think I grabbed it closer to down to here. Then it popped, and I stopped out at pre-market high right there. And right when it stopped out, it just dumped. So I mean, my stop was too tight. Sometimes I give it a little wiggle room and let it play out. But SPY, I think, was taking off at that particular time. Let me just bring up SPY on the 8th. Is that the 8th? No. Let's bring up the 8th. This is the 8th. No, SPY wasn't taking off. Something was taking off. Was it Apple? Something was taking off that made me very hesitant. Yes, it was Apple. Okay, this is what was making me nervous right here. Facebook dropped, Apple dropped, then when Facebook popped, Apple was popping. So I stopped out thinking that Facebook was going to have that type of move, and it didn't. It ended up coming back and following SPY. So that's what kind of stopped me out, made me a little nervous, was yeah, because SPY dumped almost immediately on the 8th. Yeah, see, SPY didn't even pop. It just dumped. Apple popped. Facebook dumped. I mean, Apple popped. SPY dropped. And Facebook did a fake out breakout. So I had the right idea, and I had stopped out, and it did dump. So I know some in the room held it and did good on it. So congrats to them if they did do that. But that was stupid for me to do that. So yeah. See, the next play was Disney. No, I had Disney puts, I think. Yep, Disney puts, 175 puts on the 8th, which is right here. I grabbed them at 1037, which should be right here. Now you can see when I do these recaps, I can just look at the chart and say, okay, without even looking at the time, this is where I should have bought it. And sometimes I scratch my head thinking, okay, why did I grab it here? If I look at the chart and I can't pinpoint where I got in or where I took the trade without looking at the time, then I did something wrong. But right here, I could see exactly what I did. I grabbed it right here, 1031, well, 1037, it's right in here. The break below this candle, this low, and it did dump. So had the 175 puts at 77 cents, and then went to $1.27, if you held all the way through. So that was a nice little play. It did recover my loss from Facebook, because my Facebook loss was only 18 cents. So not much of a loss. Very, very, very tiny. Still a little bitter about that. I should have held on to that. That one. That's why most of the times I let things like play out than having stop losses too tight, because I used to, when I started in the beginning, I had my stop losses were too tight, and I ended up taking more losses than necessary because they were too tight, and I ended up being right most of the time. So that's why I decided, start focusing on size and play according to size, where you can tolerate the movements and the shakeouts and stuff like that. So that's how I adjusted my myself to that. Now on Wednesday, I had it overnight on Tuesday. That was Costco. Just looking at that. Let's see, the 8th. Grab it right here. Now, what time did I take it on the 8th? I took it at 12:25, so it should be right here. Close, right there. 12:25, right here. I grabbed it here. It chopped to death right there, and it opened a tad bit low, because you see this line right here, the 375, 379.50 area, and then it popped. So those Costco calls went from I had the 385 calls at 74 cents, then went to 94 cents. This chop right in here just wrecked it right in here. Then it dropped a little bit, then it popped. So I mean, it just didn't make the run I was hoping for, but it did actually get up to, on Thursday, right here. On Thursday, yeah, okay, because I'm on Wednesday. Yeah, Thursdays they did a little better, but the chop on Tuesday right here just kind of killed the play. Then I had another loss on SPX. Oops. I don't know what just happened. SPX, I took 42.10 puts at 9.50 on the 9th, right here. Yeah, I grabbed 42.10 at 9.50, so that was right in here. And it popped up, dropped back down, and I don't think they went green yet. Then it finally dumped in a day, but by the time this move happened, Theta just destroyed it. So this is just one of those plays where Theta just killed the play. But if you got like Friday, you probably wouldn't end up paying off. But I love playing the expiration dates, because that's where you get the massive plays. So yeah. Then I ended up grabbing puts again. I grabbed them at let's see, 111, which is right here, right there. As you can see, it popped up, came back down, broke below this candle, broke below the 20 EMA, and makes me bring up SPY, because there might be something there that, because I always follow SPY, not SPX, because one of the reasons why is, I'll go back so you can actually see. As you can see on the SPX, there's one thing missing: VWAP. VWAP does not show up on SPX, so that's why I always follow SPY, because VWAP is very important. The algos follow it. On the 9th. Where are we on the 9th? Okay. Yeah, VWAP's up there. So let me blow this up. Yeah, 111 is right here. Now, I had the other trade right over in here, and as you see, it dropped below, and it didn't really go green. And I don't like averaging down on expiration days. I'd rather get closer to the money, and that's what I ended up doing. So the next time I grabbed the SPX puts, instead of grabbing the 42.10s, I grabbed the 42.25 puts at $1.40, and this little drop right here, they went from $1.40 to $1.85. So it's a quick little almost 45-cent move just in that small little drop. Then I ended up grabbing in a SPX end of the day lotto at 153. Which I think is right here. Yeah, right in here I grabbed it. It dropped down, it came back up, and I grabbed it again right there. And I grabbed the 42.30 puts at $2.50. I got closer to the money. Let's see if that was actually in the money at that point in time. The 9th. Yeah, I got actually in the money, at the money. In the money. Yeah, I was slightly in the money. And they were at $2.50, and they went to $11.44. So 350% move right there because I was at the money, as you can see. Got it right here, and at that point in time, it's 42.30-ish. So I was either pennies from being in the money or slightly pennies being in at the money. So it was literally borderline. So that's why I ended up grabbing them. And that little push down, that 10-point push, just sent them 350%. So that was a nice little play. But let's see. That was the last one on Wednesday. Let's see what was Thursday. Yeah, Thursday had my first flawless day of the week. Let's see. I had BA, and BA was a trap. Let's see. I grabbed BA 260 calls at 91 cents at 9:33, right at open, right when it broke over pre-market highs. I grabbed it. I chased it pretty hard. They do 260 calls, so they were way outside the money. So they went from 91 cents to $1.09. They just, for some reason, they were kind of expensive going in on a Thursday. Then I ended up grabbing, let's see, SPY 425 puts. SPY 425 puts. I grabbed them right at 941, which should probably be right here. 941, right in here. I grabbed them right there. Oh yeah, I remember this one. This is one I grabbed it twice right there. I'll blow it up in smaller time frames. I grabbed it 941 right here. I grabbed it. They went from the 425 puts. I went from 155 to 174. As you can see, I was in the money on a non-expiration day. They were pretty cheap too. So they went from 155 to 174. I took it, it popped back up. Then I grabbed them again at 952, like literally 11 minutes later at 952, right here. Oh, 952. Right there. I grabbed it right here. Right there. Must have grabbed it right there. Right in here somewhere I grabbed it. I grabbed them again at $1.55 again, the same price, and they went to $3.55. So they went 100% on those puts right there. If you held all the way through. Then I had BA puts. Let's see, BA. Let's see, at 1046 should be right here. Now, as you can see, what I'm looking at right here, inverted cup and handle, popped, came back down, tested the EMA, 200 EMA, which is the purple line. Then it bounced up the VWAP. Then it came back down quickly. This is what I was talking about earlier. When it pops up and comes down quickly, usually it breaks. In this case, it actually did. So I grabbed the 247.50 puts at 94 cents. Then went to $1.20 right there. So that was a nice little move. I should have grabbed it up here. One of the things that BA loves to do is anytime Boeing has a pop, it likes to lose almost all its gains. Almost every single time, pops up, lost all its gains. I mean, you can see it popped up, lost all its gains. This time it didn't. I mean, you can see right here, popped up pre-market on news, lost all its gains, tried to recover, lost all of it. I mean, this is just how BA is. I mean, any momentum that it just gets slapped in the face. It's just, it pops up, lost all its gains. I mean, it's over and over. Right here, pretty much the same thing. It popped up, lost most of its gains, and then it tried to recover. I mean, BA just kind of reminds me of BABA. When BABA gaps up, if it gaps up pretty substantially overnight, it's going to fill the gap 99% of the time the next day. So BA has a big pop. Good news or bad news, there's about 80-90% chance it's going to lose all its gains. Now, this is not the old Boeing. It wouldn't do that, but this Boeing just can't seem to get out of its way. So it's got a different characteristic now. So yeah, that's it for Thursday. Then on Friday, I traded a lot. I had 6 wins and 2 losses, but I held it overnight. I had SPY puts overnight. Now, the one thing that kept me in SPY is that I was looking at the CPCE, which is the put to call ratio in the equities, and they were at a really, really extreme low. So I did grab 424 puts at 1214, which is right, I think right here, right around the VWAP area. Popped up. I held it all the way through, and thinking that we're gonna, anytime the CPCE is at extreme levels, that SPY ends up dropping 10 to 20 points. So it was at extreme levels where it could have had the potentially dropping 10 to 20 points. So I held it for maybe an overnight gap down or a flat open to a slam in the morning or pre-market, and didn't really do that. So I ended up taking a loss. So even though I did grab the 424, I grabbed them at $1.44, just this pop, and then the overnight gap up and the chop here and the chop here just destroyed them, and then never went green. They came close. I think right in here they came to close to like 130. So I thought maybe for sure that this area right here, when it broke down, it was going to come back down, test the 422. I would have definitely got out, broke even and some gains, but it just didn't work out. So I was like, okay, whatever. Then I took Tesla puts. Now, I took Tesla a few times. I got burnt once on it. Let's see. Tesla, I grabbed the 600 puts at 931. I grabbed them right at open. Now, I'm looking at, this area. It's chopping at 615. It can't break out. Triple top, 1, 2, 3. And it started to push down. So I was looking at it right here. If it broke below the 609 or 610 area, I think I even said 610 in the room. I also post the trade ideas in advance so you guys know the plays before they happen, unless it's a spontaneous play or something just develops, and I just take it spontaneously. I can't really give the idea, an advance idea, if I just take it on the fly. So anyways, back to this, those puts right here, I took it open on Tesla, the 600 puts. They went from $2.55 to $3.55, so it was a nice dollar move on those. Then I ended up taking SPX puts at 956, which is right here. I took the 42.25 puts at $1.30, and they went to 205. Now I think, what time did I grab these again? 956. Yeah, I grabbed him right here. I think this is right where I got him, right there. Yeah, because that would make sense, because I would have grabbed it right there. So I must have, they would, because I have on my thing that they went from $1.30 to 205 for 425 puts. Yeah, that must have been that whole move right there. Now I had Roku. Yeah, I had Roku. Played Roku a couple times. I forgot I played Roku. See, that you when you trade so much and you get so much going on, you just everything just goes blank. Now, Okay, I grabbed Roku at 10:47, which is right here at this breakdown. Now I got the 345 puts at 99 cents, and they went from 99 cents to $1.50. Then I grabbed them again at 11:27, which is right here, right there when it came back down. As you can see, it dropped down, popped back up to the 200 EMA, and it came back down. I grabbed it right here. I grabbed the 345 puts this time at 69 cents, and then we went from 69 to $1.20. Yeah, $1.20. This doesn't take much because they're actually so close to the money. I mean, you're buying them right here at 346. Let's round up 347, and 345 is right there. I mean, it doesn't take much. And Roku makes big moves. The only thing I hate about Roku with options is that the spreads are really nasty, and I do like to trade the commons on them because I don't have to deal with the spreads on them. So I just prefer to use commons on that. But it's Friday, so I was able to get some decent entries. Then I took Tesla again. Now Tesla, this is the one I got burnt on Friday. Actually, I think it was kind of a dumb move. I grabbed it at 11:54, right here. Right in here, I grabbed it. As you can see, it went up to 200 EMA, dumped, went down to support of the 602 area that it popped back up, rejected the 200 EMA again. I grabbed it right there, thinking that we were going to come down and just slam it, and it popped. So that one ended up being lost, and I ended up taking it again. This time I took it at 121, which is right here. 121 right in here. Oh, the double top right here. As you can see, you got resistance, this 612 area. Well, technically double tops right here, but yeah, I took it right here, and they went from $1.55 to let's see, $1.55 to 211. I grabbed it right there. Where was the second time I grabbed? The third time I grabbed it, I grabbed at 211. So that would have been right. 211, right there. Right there. Okay, looks like that I grabbed it right here, and I sold it into this little drop right there because there were 610 puts. Then it popped back up. Then I grabbed it again right in here. Let me see, 211. Is that 211? No, it's right here. 211's right in here, this candle. I grabbed it here, and then it did push down. It went from $1.03 to $1.93. Yeah, so yeah, this was, I really thought it was going to slam down, and where is a Friday right there? I really thought it was going to come back and go underneath 600, but it didn't, so it popped, and I saw the double top right in here. This area could possibly have a strong rejection. As you can see right here, it rejects it, comes back down, support, rejects. So it was a nice little pivot right here at 612, and I felt pretty confident that it would drop a little, and it did. So that was a nice little win. Then I grabbed it here, and that was a nice little win too. So, I mean, this right here, it looks like a bad decision, but I had the right idea. I mean, I just got faked out in reverse, but I really thought that it was going to come back down and push to lower day, or even break down to 600 or lower, but it just didn't. So that was the week of trading. Hopefully next week will be a little better. I mean, we got FOMC, we got the big FOMC where you have projections and guidance and Powell's speech. So maybe this week we'll have, or I should say next week we'll have a little bit of an inflation scare or something like that, or mention of a hawkish increased rates, or the threat of them coming soon on the horizon. They're not going to change rates, but just sometimes the market will react if they're going to plan on, if they're even thinking about increasing rates in the near future, or 6 months to a year from now, market will react that far out. So Have to see. Hopefully it'll be more volatile, and just make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and hope to see you in the room, and thank you for watching.